I be on the mile. Mile with the yak. Mile with the yak. Mile with the yak. I'm gonna need miles to take that head, dog. Mile with the yak. 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 Mile with the yak.
Hey, Anthony. Appreciate you making the time. I'm Garrett.
Thanks for having me, Garrett.
Do you prefer Antonio or AB, or I'll call you Doc Brown if you want?
Yeah, that's really dope. Just call me AB. Always balling.
All right, I like it. AB it is. Cool, yeah. Thanks again for taking the time. I guess we'll start it off saying, just do you want to tell us a little bit more about what you're doing with Campbell Soup these days? I know you've got that hilariously awesome commercial.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to team up with Campbell's Chunky Soup to celebrate their 20th year with the NFL and to promote their We'll Fill In While You Fill Up campaign. The campaign is all about stepping up to fill in for do-it-all guys and give them 5 to 10 minutes to fill up on the brand new Chunky Mac Soup. In my commercial, I fill in for a hard-working guy during the move-in day. It was really fun spot and shoot in L.A. I had a blast on set, an amazing summer day. You know, I've always been a big Chunky Soup guy. I love the new Chunky Max line, 40% more meat and super high in protein. My personal favorite is what's in my bowl right now, the Black Angus beef. You know, it was awesome to work with Campbell's Chunky Soup, and I'm honored to be a part of this brand. It's so connected to football.
Yeah, it's really cool. They've been working with the NFL for over 20 years. So kind of related, do you have like a favorite soup growing up, or like something your mom would make for you when you got sick or anything like that? That's your favorite? I don't know how much soup you eat when it's in Miami and it's hot all the time.
Yeah, well, in Miami, you know, I always eat the soup. I really like the bison. You know, I try to eat that game meat, that live moving. I think if you eat the bison, I think the bison provide, you know, good Angus beef that's really high in protein. And being a guy coming from Miami where it's hot all day, you know, you always got to load up on protein. So the bison was really good.
All right. And I think this will probably be the last, dead-on soup-related question, but I don't know if you've watched much Seinfeld, but there's an episode where Jerry owes a guy a dinner, and he takes him to a nice restaurant, but the guy only orders soup, and so they get in an argument over if soup can be considered a meal. Do you think soup can be considered a full meal, or is it just part of the whole process of getting your meal in? What do you think?
I think it could fill you up while someone's still in, but it's definitely a snack.
Yeah, I'll say it's best accompanied by some more food coming along. So I'm with you on that. Cool. So I know we've got the holiday coming up, and I know you guys got the Packers this Sunday, which is going to be a big game, going to be a fun one. But I know you've played in a couple Thanksgiving Day games in your career. I kind of want to ask, I know that being away on the day of the holiday can probably be less than ideal, but is it cool? Because it's kind of one of those, behind turkey, watching football is probably the second most popular thing people do on Thanksgiving across America. So is it kind of special knowing that that's the mindset of people watching on Thanksgiving Day, or are you more just kind of bummed you're missing out on more time with the family on the actual holiday?
Well, it's definitely special. You know, you get an opportunity to be out there with your brothers, your organization, and you get to perform on a big stage and a big platform. You know, on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's having great food, sitting around with their families, TV's on, watching football. So, it provides you a great opportunity. Only hard thing about it is you're away from your family and you have to celebrate it a little bit earlier. But it's nothing like eating great food on the holiday and having your peers sit around and watch you ball out. Yeah,
for sure. It's nice if you can get it both in there, at least. Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving is kind of more of a state of mind or an intention than it is really the exact day of. What's your favorite dish on most Thanksgivings?
You gotta have the mashed potatoes and gravy, the sweet potato. Sweet potato with the mac and cheese. The turkey. It's all kind of combinations I look forward to.
Oh yeah. I just take a little bit of everything, but the highlights, the headliners definitely being the mashed potatoes and then the turkey, and just the whole plate gets drenched in gravy because there's nothing that isn't better with gravy.
Absolutely. You got the keys to the Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Got to do it upright. But you've had a few really big games recently. Another thing I wanted to bring up was congrats on the first player in Steelers history to record the 1,000 receiving yards in 5 straight seasons. That's got to feel like a special accomplishment. Are there any benchmarks like that you kind of go for, or just, as you play your hardest game in and game out, like as you hear you accomplish these things, it's just it makes it that much better?
Yeah, you kind of don't focus on those things, because the battle and the process of getting better is never ending, and you always want to, always have the mentality of what's next and what's now, and always getting better and growing. But it's obviously a great accomplishment that I'm really grateful and thankful for. Show the consistency of the mentality and the attitude, the growth and the development of always getting better. Obviously, it shows playing with a great organization, a great quarterback, a great offense that's passing the ball. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But all in all, man, I'm grateful about it. I'm excited about it. And hopefully I can
so that's exciting.
Build upon it.
Yeah, and it's definitely it's nice when your team's doing well. Like like you guys have had so much success over these past few years. And I got to give full credit. I'm really hyped for my guy Bud Dupree this year, who's having a big year. I'm a Kentucky fan, so to see him go to an organization like y'all, I was really excited for him. So that's been exciting. I know, like I was saying, you've had some pretty big games this year. What's the most unexpected or kind of annoying example of someone in your life that's talked to you about fantasy football, and whether it's your performance or not? Was there a cousin or a family member where you kind of thought they'd be a little cooler about it, but they had to bring up some fantasy crap that I'm sure you hear about all too often?
Well, that's just a part of the game now. Fantasy owners let me know when I'm doing well. They let me know when it's not going well. They're living emotionally through me in regards to my production and what I'm doing. And that will make the game so excited. You get so many fantasy guys who feel like they're playing the game with you and they're counting on you so much. And that would kind of make things fun and excited to know that you got people that's really counting on your production and how you're doing week in and week out. That make the game even more exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely a big one. It's a nice added development. I think it expands fandom beyond just one team. Everyone has a team they grew up loving, but if you've got fantasy, you can kind of start to, I think there's commercials where a kid's a giant Jets fan, but he loves OBJ, and a lot of that happens through fantasy and things like that. You can kind of bridge the gap and make the rivalries we love, but a little less violent intended.
Absolutely, man. Fantasy allows owners to not only love their team, but love the players. And once you get people engaging with the players, counting on the players, it makes more connections from the fans to the players and from the overall game itself.
For sure. I was curious, have you kept in touch with Butch Jones much? Your days at CMU?
Yeah, I talked to him a little, man. I saw he got fired a couple of weeks ago. But he's a great coach. I'm sure he's looking for a fresh start somewhere. I'm sure he'll have some opportunities knocking here for him soon. He always had a great program and brought great morals to the program in regards to creating a championship culture and getting guys to the next level and helping guys be successful.
Yeah, I loved seeing what he did, at your time, Central Michigan, and I'm used to live in Kentucky, and so Cincinnati was close by. I'd seen him, excel there, and Tennessee's a tough spot for sure. So I agree that I think he'll land on his feet somewhere and get back out there and start winning more games on the field. AB, I appreciate the time, my man. I'm a big fan of you, your game, the Campbell soup. Thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you, brother.
Money. Hallelujah.